On the spectrum of love, conversations and conversations with previous lovers and now friends, and also Twitter threads, have kind of led me to think about the spectrum of love. I don't know. The dichotomy in English between like and love, I think, restricts a lot of the middle ground and the whole spectrum, especially when you're feeling a romantic connection or when you're feeling a connection with someone. I don't think just two words justify that. And the thing is, language plays a huge part. If we had no language, would we even be thinking? Our thoughts, we think in the language we speak, and in that sense, doesn't isn't our thoughts limited by the container or the shape that our language can take? And when the choice of words for feeling that sense of love to someone is just between like and love, I don't know. Uh, Feels a bit different. I think this really started to eat up on my mind, or like it started to ruminate on my mind when I was talking to one of my exes, and she described what love means to her, and especially the physical sensations of it and the thought processes behind it. And then I was like, well, I felt that for you before we even started dating, so was I already in love then? And that confused me for a good while. I've been thinking about that on and off, sometimes here and there, out of nowhere. And yesterday, talking to a friend about it, I think Sasi made a good point as well, in the sense of like, well, you only truly love them if you feel that deep sense, the deep, intense feelings for them, even after you've seen all sides of them. And that's a pretty good way to think about it. I think if feelings for a person were just supposed to be a dichotomy of black and white, that'd be a pretty good way to put it. But I think when you feel for someone or when you like someone, it's a whole spectrum. And I think what she said may be the penultimate form of love. If at that point I still felt the same about the other person, I'd just like marry that person in a second. I'd have no doubts about it. But I think it's a whole spectrum and I don't think it covers it fully. What's helped a bit is realizing or seeing the tweet that said Sanskrit has like 6 words of love, and I just read a quick article on it, and it kind of felt right to me. The words that they described, I think one of them is like, I don't know what the word is, like priti or aparajana or something like that, but it describes attachment and affection for a person that persists over a long time. And Preeti, I think, is when you get that deep sense, when you get that contentment or the satisfaction from having a very deep connection to the other person. Yeah, I think, I don't know, I've always thrown around the word lightly, I think, and I've never thought too deep about it. But here and there, it would always come up, and I think there's been times where I think I go a lot with my gut feelings on emotions, and there's been times, not there's been times, but most of the times when I've said it, my body has felt just right about it. Like no tension, no nothing holding me back. But I've never really thought about truly about the difference between those, and I think I'm still a bit confused on it.